Hey, Zane Griggs here. So it's first week of March. How are those New Year's resolutions going with the weight loss? I'm sure there's more than a few of you who had a weight loss resolution this year. Just checking in. How are those going? And I'm not doing this to poke fun. It's difficult. It's frustrating. And for every one of you, there's probably a different diet for each of you. You know what I'm saying? There's a different approach. There's a slightly different approach to what you thought would work for you. And initially, many diets will work because they're a plan, right? Any kind of plan is better than no plan. So it might give you some structure to get you that initial weight loss going. But long-term weight loss, you really have to control insulin, because insulin is what determines whether we store fat or release it. And if insulin is up, we're storing fat and we're not releasing it. And what is the primary food? If you've heard any of my videos, the primary food, type of food that stimulates insulin is starchy carbs or sugar. Okay, it's not the veggies; those are great carbs. Eat your veggies. It's the bread, the pasta, the rice. All the sugary sweet stuff, the cookies. All those things we hopefully left behind at holiday season. But they sneak in. Those carbs sneak in. They're part of, and we're told so many times by health authorities, oh, whole grain bread, and you got to get that whole grain. You got to get your carb serving. If you look at the food pyramid, the whole bottom row with 6 to 11 servings of essentially starch. Now that's going to make anybody fat, unless you're a college athlete putting in 12 or 15 hours a week of work, really, of athleticism, working out, training. That's going to make anybody hold more weight than they want to hold. Okay? That's just it. Because it stimulates insulin. Insulin goes up, we store fat, and then we don't let go. And over time, as we get older, we don't all stay 20-something, do we? I certainly haven't. And so what happens is our bodies kind of get used to having insulin trying to stuff carbs in our fat cells, or in our muscle cells, and it gets insulin resistant, a little bit insulin resistant. We start putting on maybe 20, 30, 40 extra pounds, and everything starts going right to the fat cells. If that's happening, everything's going right to the fat cells, bypassing muscle cells. You're low on energy, okay? You're hungry, and your body's not releasing fat for fuel, so you're kind of stuck. So that if that's where you are, that's kind of what you need to address first. Is your diet going to allow you to release fat to burn for fuel? And the only way I know of to do that is to control your carb intake, is to lower the carbs, to control the amount of starch and starches that you eat. And I'm not saying completely eliminate it, but you do need a plan. And you need to know how many you're eating, and you need to be able to regulate that based on what your body, okay, is doing. Now, some people can get away with more than others. It's not fair, but it's just the way it is. Some of us are more tolerant of the starchy carbs, some of us are less, but you have to know what yours is. And the best way to start, okay, to start regaining that insulin sensitivity and start where your body starts releasing fat again, is to, and basically you have to cut them down. Okay, so you got to cut them down to a serving and a half a day, and say, okay, that you're actually controlling, because a lot more sneak in there, right? And say, okay, I'm regain that insulin sensitivity where your body is actually taking fuel to muscle cells. It's not all going to fat cells. Your body's starting to release it, and create periods of the day where your body can release fat by keeping insulin levels low with your diet. Okay, so the food's got to come first. Food. Okay, exercise. Yeah, we can get away with it in college. You can out-exercise your bad diet probably in your teens and maybe your late 20s. But once you get past that, once you get past 25 or so, maybe 30 for some of you that are lucky, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen anymore. You can work out all you want. You might make a little initial move, but you're not, you might lose 5, 10 pounds, maybe 15, but then the exercise, it's only going to do so much with your diet. So lower the carbs, okay? Actually, here's the best thing to do. I'm going to put in a link in the comments. I'm going to put a link to my free diet. It's free to have. It's a diet and a circuit training workout video. So the circuit training workout video just kind of gives you an idea. If you already have a workout plan, stick with it, okay? If you're not sure what to do, this might be a good one for you. It's like full body movements, large muscle groups, working in a circuit. You can probably get through in about 30 minutes or so. Pretty fast pace. You're not going to grow big muscles from it, It's not what it's intended to do. It's intended to have muscle turnover, or excuse me, energy turnover in your muscles, and redevelop some of that insulin sensitivity in the muscle cells. But the main way to do that is control the carb intake, and that's what this diet will show you how to do. So take a look. I'll put the link in the comments. Just click the link, and I'll have it emailed right to you. So let me know if you have any questions. Feel free to post below. If you have any friends you think would benefit from this, feel free to tag them in the comments, and I'll be happy to answer any questions. Talk to you later.